All right, well
Gotcha.
let's get into this, man. I mean, both you and I are kind of on tour globally over the world trying to get this profession where it needs to be. Uh, so tell me about your vision and where we're going with this whole chiropractic domination, world domination
Well, the
theory.
vision is quite simply this. Every man, woman, and child on the planet checked for vertebral subluxation and adjusted when necessary from birth. That's the vision.
And that's
And so
beautiful.
it is beautiful. And I got to tell you, if that is very clear in your mind, I think every chiropractor should have that posted, right when the practice member walks in, right behind the desk there. That's the vision of what we're all working for together. And then all your action steps should roll right around that vision.
Right.
I think the two key things that we're seeing in the profession right now, where people are waking up and starting to get involved really in participating in this vision, is the importance of referring on-fire chiropractic students to on-fire chiropractic colleges. You know, there's
Amen, brother. Amen on that. That's where it starts because we've got to plant the seeds early.
Well, the thing is, either you're going to create chiropractic medical doctors, right, en
Right.
masse,
Right.
or you're going to create chiropractors. You got a choice. So the thing is, it's a numbers game. We've got to flood the chiropractic institutions that support what it is that we do, which is chiropractic, and it's so simple to do that. You know, in your practice, it's very easy to say, hey, you know what, you'd make a great chiropractor. Or
I
I
do
was
it all the
talking to,
time, Liam. Do it all the time.
or I've even said like, hey, listen, to a younger person, what is it that you got planned for your life? What's the ticket? What are you doing? And I got to tell you, 9 times out of 10, the response will be, I don't know. I mean, I'm taking these courses, but I really haven't found anything that excites me or inspires me right now. Great, I got the profession for you. You see how much of a lunatic I am? I'm spizzed.
You
You
are
got to get
Spiz.
in this, man. I can't believe this. So that's the vernacular or the lexicon that we need to start including into our profession. Number one is getting people into the chiropractic schools that are based on principle. And that would be Sherman Chiropractic College, right? I'm on the
Okay.
board of trustees there at the center of the chiropractic universe in Spartanburg, South Carolina, Sparkle City. Also, Life University is involved with that, and we've got Life West. I mean, Dr. Brian Kelly has really been the game changer. And he wrote me the other day, and he said, this moving the profession forward through chiropractic education is really a young man's game because you got to be in it to win it 24/7. And I thank the good Lord every day that we have somebody like Dr. Brian Kelly
Yeah, he's awesome.
moving through with chiropractic. But it's an international thing. You've got New Zealand Chiropractic College, Eric Russell there. Ross McDonald out in Scotland is working on some things. McTimoney, Barcelona Chiropractic College. So there's options worldwide for us to expand our reach and get more people under chiropractic care and have more on-fire chiropractic doctors surrounding us. So that's the number one thing, is we've got to flood the chiropractic schools. The number two thing, and this is one of the many things I love about you, Dr. Billy DeMoss,
You love
is
me?
love you.
I love
William.
you too, man. That's another thing I think chiropractors need to have a little bit more love in their life and a little bit more fun in their lives. I mean, everybody takes life so damn seriously, and it's good to let your hair down and have a good time. And you and I are really good about that because when we speak together, we have so much fun. And sometimes I think we're having more fun than everybody else, but that's okay.
Well, life should be fun,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
we're only here for a short period of time, and I think that's one of the reasons I love being a chiropractor so much. Is, man, we're talking about liberating life all day. I mean, what's the downside of that one? That's all we get to do is talk about it and then actually do it, liberate life. And one of the things that I love about you, Billy, is you're an action man. You not only talk about it, but you make things happen. And that's part of the so many people would have loved to have Cal Jam and created this huge stadium filled with people talking about tick and moving the profession and the world forward. But you actually took the action steps to make it happen. And you had the long days and sleepless nights for that to happen. And when I
You've
made a
seen
phone
some
call
of
to
them
you,
too.
what's that?
You've seen some of them too, and you saw me in Scotland. I was in sympathetic overload.
Well, it was
You
nice.
saved my life with that upper cervical adjustment.
Thank you. It was nice to be able to participate in that liberation that evening.
Yeah.
But you know, I remember making a phone call to you and saying, "Hey, Billy, we're taking over the world with TIC. I need you to get joined up here at the IFCO, the International Federation of Chiropractors and Organizations." And you're like, "Bam, it's happening!" You know, and that's the thing. So many people talk from the stage about, listen, we got to take over the world with TIC. We got to get more people under chiropractic care. But you know what? There's two things that are holding us back principally, and that is one, that we don't have enough chiropractors working in the field because our chiropractic colleges are not flooded with chiropractic students. And the other thing is we're getting beat at the political game because the nerds, as Dean Sotilli likes to say, you know, we're being run by the nerds that are chiropractic medical doctors. Right. And these guys are taking over, you know, our ability to practice chiropractic as we know it. And they're controlling the educational process. They're controlling the scope. They're controlling, you know, I mean, who would have ever thought, you know, get this, what 50, 60 years ago, chiropractic doctors were going to jail for practicing medicine without a license, right? Now, we've got chiropractic doctors that want to practice medicine with a license. I mean, what are we doing over here? So we're living in crazy town, you know, and I think the IFCO and the schools that are involved with, you know, with principled chiropractic, we're leading that revolution, and the revolution is not going to come from the top. It's going to come from down below, and that's one of, I think, the vital benefits of CalJam is you get all the peeps together, and we say, okay, listen, we're spizzed, we're excited, we're going to learn the tips, tools, and strategies to take over the world with TIC, and here's how we're going to do it. And right. Each and every speaker that's up there is talking along on that line.
Right, and see, the other thing with CalJam, which maybe some of the chiropractors don't really understand, is my goal is to eventually attract the general public to it, because if we can get the general public to come to it, not only will they become practice members for life, but like you said, we're going to turn so many prospective people into prospective students and get people the big idea, let them understand what chiropractic is really about. And I also wanted to mention to everybody that you were my mom's favorite speaker, and I'm kind of jealous about that.
Well, I got to tell you, you know, if your mom created you, I love her already. She's fantastic. So
well, the scary thing is she created 4 chiropractors. I have 3 brothers that are chiropractors too. So
she's definitely doing something right. Yeah. My mom got 2 out of 4. So
yeah. Well, 4 out of 5. My sister didn't become a chiropractor, but she's a mom, good mom.
Well, that's good too. We love that. We love moms.
Now, let me ask you a question, and this might be a little bit controversial, but there seems to be a lot of infighting in our profession, and a lot of times I get, you know, people pointing fingers at me because, I mean, I'm not perfectly straight. I mean, one of the themes this year at CalJam is obviously it's about love, and I mean, if we can't love ourselves, it's going to be hard for us to get our message out to the world. I think there has to be some degree of acceptance, as long as people are talking chiropractic and adjusted spines. I mean, and I know I've gotten a bad rap lately, especially amongst the super straight, for the fact that I just like to teach people how to eat healthy food versus eating crap and garbage like most people eat. What is your opinion on that, and what do you think the direction needs to be taken with that?
Well, you know, I think this hate straight movement has held us back as a profession. You know, this idea of, hey, Billy, I'm straighter than you, but, you know, we're a little bit straighter than that guy, and this guy's not as straight as the other guy. And it's like, you know, it's talk about distractions, you know, and while we're fighting with each other about who's straighter than this guy and that guy's straighter than the other, these medical doctors or chiropractic medical doctors are taking over the profession. We've all got to band together as a band of brothers and say, hey, listen, there's one thing that we can all agree on, and I'm positive if I send somebody to your office, Billy D, I am positive that they're going to hear the message of chiropractic. They're going to hear about above, down, inside out. They're going to hear about vertebral subluxation and the tragedy that vertebral subluxation wreaks on people's lives. They're going to hear about the specific scientific chiropractic adjustment, and they're going to get adjusted in your office. So to me, you know, we can't, if somebody wants to do nutrition, somebody wants to do psychological counseling, whatever they want to do in their office, listen, as long as they're getting people adjusted, isn't that moving us towards the vision of every man, woman, and child on the planet checked for vertebral subluxation and adjusted when necessary from birth? I would say yes. What we've got to do is band together and protect ourselves and promote this thing called TIC, because if we don't do it, if we spend all this time fighting with each other over this guy straighter than that guy, the other guy straighter than the other thing, the medical doctors move in, chiropractic medical doctors, I should say, And now we're doing surgeries and drugs. I think we could all agree, for chiropractors, no matter where you are on the spectrum, drugs and surgery ain't it. That definitely is not what we're about or what we do. And that is going to be the destruction of our profession. So it's time to band together like a band of brothers and say, hey, listen, what are our commonalities? And I would say our commonality is this: the understanding of the vertebral subluxation, the understanding of innate intelligence, and the understanding of the importance of the specific scientific chiropractic adjustment to liberate full life expression of every individual on the planet.
Amen, brother. Also, I think it's super important for chiropractors to take care of children. You want to touch on that a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, that is one of the things that I really have never understood. I mean, obviously, it comes from the schools that the school that I came from, where we didn't even have any pediatrics classes. But I mean, kids have spines and kids have nervous systems, and they need to express 100%. Plus, what's more important, their spines are in the most formative stages. It's in the development, and if there's subluxation early on, I mean, it's going to just destroy their future. So the objective is, if we can really teach chiropractors and empower chiropractors to take care of more kids, I think that's going to help us get the word out. Because if people get that concept, then they're going to get the real concept of chiropractic.
Well, yeah, we've got to change the role of the cultural authority for chiropractic. And if you think about it, you know, Billy D., if you could imagine this, right? Imagine somebody has children, and you say to them, you know, you love your children, right? And of course, everyone says yes. And you go, well, you take your children to the dentist, don't you, right, to get their teeth checked? Yes, I do. Well, why do you do that? Because I love my children. You'd talk to the average person in Crazy Town, you'd say, oh, you love your children, don't you? And you're taking them to get vaccinated, aren't you? Yes. Well, why do you take them to get vaccinated? Because I love my children, okay? That's the insanity, all right, of what I'm talking about. So we've got to change that and shift that from you know, disease treatment, the injection of vaccines, the taking of pills, and the treatment of symptoms and disease to, you love your children, don't you? Yes, I do. Well, then you're certainly taking them to a chiropractor to get their spine and nervous system checked. I mean, because you know that's crucial, right, to the development of your child and for the optimal functioning and healing of your child. You know that, right? Oh, well, no, I didn't know that. Oh, well, this is why you're here. Let me tell you something. You know, let me check your child right now. You feel this? You see that? See, we can help your child right now express his optimum potential. How many other people do you know in your community that have children that are not getting checked for vertebral subluxation? And I can tell you, I have two children, you know, both age 10, Marianne and Liam Jr. I cannot imagine. I mean, can you imagine this? Can you imagine saying, knowing what we know, Billy D., right?
Right.
Can you imagine saying, hey, Liam, from the age 10 to age 20, we're not going to allow your children to get adjusted?
It's amazing.
I can't even fathom that. You know, I went and I was checking my son the other day. You know how my kids get me? They don't want to go to bed. So what they do is, right when I'm tucking them in, they go, hey, Dad, can you check my spine? And they know I can't say no. They know I can't say no. So I go, okay. So I'm down there and I'm checking my son. And he's got an atlas subluxation that could kill a horse, right? And I said, you know, I said, wow, Liam, this is really bad. We got to get this adjusted. And he looks up at me with these eyes and he says, Daddy, thank God you're a chiropractor. Because if you weren't here and you didn't adjust me like that, I'd have this for the rest of my life probably. And that's the big idea of chiropractic.
And the scary thing is your kids got it more than most chiropractors do. That's the scary thing. Yeah, the world's really mixed up, and I think we have a really big job as a profession to get out. I mean, you see what's going on with the vaccines and the drugging of kids. Yeah, I've always been 60% kids in my practice, and because I have a passion for children because they're so innocent, and the world is exploiting them through the whole pharmaceutical cartel and the vaccination world, and it drives me crazy, and that passion boils out when I speak with people. So one more question, we're going to wrap this up. What are you bringing to CalJam this year? You got a top last year. My mom's really looking forward to seeing you again this year. What are you bringing this year?
Well, I'm bringing all the new elements to chiropractic world domination that I've learned from 2012 to 2013. We're going to turn it up from 10 to 11 to 12 to 13 now.
Yeah.
We are going to develop more strategies on how to see more people, okay, number one. We're also going to develop more strategies to get involved politically so that we could start taking over the world with TIC in a loving, serving, giving way.
Very good.
And we're also going to talk about strategies that we can do to fill our chiropractic schools with on-fire chiropractic students. And I'm telling you this: the deal with I was out in Dearborn, Michigan the other day, and they had a quote there from Henry Ford, and the quote was this: "He with the biggest vision wins."
Love it.
And if we want to be winners in chiropractic, we got to get a bigger vision. And that's what I'm going to be bringing to CalJam, is a bigger vision for the rest of the world and for us as chiropractors, so that we could take over the world with TIC.
Dude, I love you so much. You know that.
I love you too, William.
All right. And the thing is, it's like there's so many amazing, beautiful chiropractors in the world, but you're one of my favorite. I really appreciate you taking the time out for doing a little Skype with me today. And if we can do another one in the future as we get closer, I know you're the first guy I asked to do it, and I want to. That's
cool.
So much. My mom loves you, and I love you too. So,
all right. Well, we all love you here too, Billy D.
And I'm going to be in Jersey this weekend.
Yee! This is going to be great.
So we can definitely rock and roll out there. I got to come out and see the Jersey boys and girls.
All right, brother. We'll take good care of you.
I know you will. We'll probably be up till 4 in the morning like usual, but that's all right. Talking TIC. What else would we know? I don't know any sports or politics.
That's all I'm interested in.
Yeah, me too, brother. All right, I'm signing off. God bless you, brother.
Okay, ahora chao, ya nos vemos.
And rock and roll.
All right, brother.
Rock and roll.